This is for you, Capricorn. Saturn remains in a retrograde transit through the sign of Sagittarius the Archer all through the month of May. And that's going to influence your 12th house of spirituality in a, of course, retrograde manner, which causes you to have a lot of nostalgia and a lot of reminiscence about the 12th house. Because this is going to affect you in your 12th house of spirituality. So you're going to want sort of more tried and true, archaic types of expressions of spirituality or religion, but that aspect of your life is going to be in a more classical, traditional style while Saturn remains retrograde through the sign of Sagittarius and still affects your 12th house in this manner. Now, this is going to be especially poignant in the now firmly established age of Aquarius that we're now in, which is ruled by Saturn, which is your ruler. And that's going to be quite a different experience from the age of Pisces, which was ruled by Jupiter, because Jupiter is a merciful king, a merciful father, while Saturn is more of a sort of a more restriction, places a lot more law and order. So that's the experience you're going to have. Now, we're going to get into a Merkaba technique later on in the transmission. We also have gotten a runestone for you this month to give you a runestone prediction. And also, we want to say here that during the age of Aquarius, we now have a whole new way that one has to apply their feng shui. Feng shui is nothing but the use of the magic square of Saturn. It's the same exact thing. And that was used during the age of Pisces because that is Saturn to restrict when everything was free. The energy, we're not talking about money, we're talking about the energies were more free during the age of Pisces. Whereas, so they needed a grid to hold that in place. Now in the age of Aquarius, if you're still using the Bagua, which is simply the Bagua is nothing but the magic square of Saturn. If you're still using that, you can do it, but you're going to be so restricted, you're not going to be able to move. So one has to use other forms of magic squares in the Messianic Kingdom type of feng shui, which you have to do. It's just magic square magic is all it is. That's all feng shui is. But basically, you have to take the magic square of the sun or the magic square of Jupiter and apply those if you want a more successful, freed-up energy for health and wealth. Of course, there's martial energies you can use if you use a magic square of Mars. So just understand that we are experts in this. We have pioneered this and spearheaded this new age of Aquarius, magic square, Messianic Kingdom type of feng shui or magic square use. So we're experts in this, and you can contact us at www.readingsbyrosemary.com. All right, now Saturn is known as God the Lawgiver, found in Genesis 2:16-17. And he commanded him, saying, "Of every tree of paradise thou shalt eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat, for in what day soever thou shalt eat of it, thou shalt die the death." Okay, now for Capricorn, for the planet Pluto that is still transiting also retrograde through your sign, Capricorn, and that's going to, of course, because of that, affect your first house of yourself and your appearances and how you appear to others. Now, Capricorn is very clairvoyant, and Capricorn has a lot of talents, both in the physical world and also in the arena of the metaphysical world. So, because again, you have a psychic side to you that you don't really so much let other people know about. Now, during this time, you're going to want to sort of prove yourself to yourself that you can actually perform feats of clairvoyance or body of light projection, or even affect things, or affect matter. But you're not going to be able to affect matter if you're coming from a materialistic point of view. You've got to climb up the tree and go higher up in the worlds, and you have to go up to the divine unsubstantial, the supreme cause. if you want to then influence the divine substantial, which is the angelic realm, just as the unsubstantial world influences the substantial. It seems like it should be the other way around, but it's not. Okay? So just understand that. Now let's see how your ruling planet of Saturn is going to affect you this month, Capricorn. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. Your Earth Guardian Archangel Uriel speaks to you from your Capricorn Zodiac Angel, who is Hanael. And of course, your Earth Guardian Archangel Uriel is the Earth Angel, and the angel who rules over all the Earth signs. And this is an angelic horoscope transmission from your Capricorn angel, the Zodiac Angel Hanael, who resides over the goat's cardinal Earth nature, and these are his messages for you in love, money, and health. First, Hanael's love, sex, and romance transmission, of course, with the help of the Earth Angel, who is Uriel. In the very near future, you will want to transform your life, feeling that you focus on the mundane facets of your emotional relationships too much, really too much, you feel like, at the expense of your happiness, as well as at the cost of your soul. You will seek to remedy this by once again gaining the good graces of those you might have thought were impractical choices for your larger worldview, values, and goals. Be mindful of this caveat of that is misattributed to Euripides, but we'll just give it to you here. It is misattributed to Euripides. Those whom God wishes to destroy, he first makes mad. All right, now we'll get to your money transmission from the Zodiac Angel Hanael. You'll be extraordinarily abundant at your chosen vocation with an uptick in business this month. A cornucopia of work, business, and financial opportunities comes your way with the planetary and astrological occurrences we've highlighted for you this time around. Friendly work relationships and or better relationships between various businesses or departments with organizations increase your productivity, so be aware of that. That is, again, your wealth and your money for this month of May. Now for Hanael's health and fitness transmission. To keep you healthy, again, with the help of Uriel, great success is yours this month in the field of health, either as a provider or in the marketing of healthcare products, fitness, pharmacy products, or medical equipment. Even if it isn't your field of expertise, keep your eyes on the ball and keep your eyes open for opportunities attached to these types of businesses for both yourself and others you may want to hook up for employment purposes. Okay, so that's the name of the game there, employment purposes. So that's how to keep yourself healthy this month. Now for this month's lucky runestone prediction, we got the runestone of Jera. And the prediction for you this month, Capricorn, is increase your luck with a smart application of timing, which this month will prove to make all the difference when it comes to success for goals and plans activated. And now we want to give you a little bit of a furthering of your Merkaba teaching that we started for you last time. We are experts in the Merkaba, and we are teaching a lot of classes on Merkaba. So if you want to learn how to activate your body of light, if you want to learn how to activate your glorified body so that you will have the immortality of the Messianic kingdom, then you can, again, contact us, and we will set you up for one of our classes, but they're filling up fast. All right, now last time we talked to you about the different types of hexagrams and hexagons, because a hexagon, a three-dimensional Star of David, for example, is it's a hexagon and hexagram simultaneously when it's in three-dimensional form. However, what you want to do is you want to start, yes, with the Earth three-dimensional Star of David, that hexagon, that's your internal Merkaba field. That's the beginning phases before you start moving it around to other elemental hexagons. Like if you use air or earth, air or water or the fire, that's going to be a bit much. It could even hurt you. If you utilize those right off the bat, it could cause permanent and grievous injury. So you don't want to utilize those right off the bat. You want to start with the earth hexagram first. All right. Now, some people will tell you to spin it counterclockwise in the beginning and then clockwise later, or vice versa. And some people will tell you it's the difference between male and female. But we have a method that goes right in and sees your spiritual DNA. And it's in the iris. You can see it for which direction you should be spinning your Merkaba field at this stage of the game. And it's not iridology. It's not iridology, but it is in your iris, and we can see it, and we can teach you how to see that if you take one of our classes, whether you're spinning it clockwise or counterclockwise. Also, at this point, it's too early in the game for a beginner like yourself to begin to spin your pyramids either one direction and have the one that's pointing up spinning at one direction, and the one that's pointing down in another direction. Okay, one is labeled by the moon and one is labeled by Saturn. Okay, and we'll get into that more next time. But you don't want to be spinning them in opposite directions yet. That could really harm you if you don't know what you're doing and you're not with a master such as ourselves. Okay, all right. Now, another thing we want to give you a little piece of the puzzle here. All right, and it has to do with your throat chakra. You can go to the Astrology Angel Magic that we've written for you, and we're preparing these for you so you can see how these chakras work. This is very high-level information coming to you from the Hermetic Order of the Chemical Flame, which I am the Imperatrix and Hierophantia of, and we have access to secret texts and documents, secret forms of alchemy of light, okay? Never before seen. So we're going to give you a piece of it here. If you look at the Sumerian tablet and pictographs and sculptures that have the tree of life depicted, you will see the archway of the tree of life, and it's a narrow archway. And this is the what they refer to in scriptures as the narrow path. This is the narrow path that only those who are very pristine with themselves can take. Other people can't take the path. They need that wider path. But this is the narrow path. And when you go through this archway, that threshold, it has to do with the throat chakra, right? When you go through this archway, this is the tree of life, constellation in the heavens with the 29 flowers on the pictogram, but also 29 stars in the constellation in the heavens in the tree of life. But it's also inside your body of light. It is your body of light. It is the threshold to the body of light. And those 29 flowers or stars are 29 chakras in your body of light. It's not applicable to your physical body. It can only be found in this threshold where it's the body of light. Okay? That's your spiritual body. So that's a very high teaching that we're going to give you a little taste of here. But it couldn't, these are high techniques, so you have to be eased into these techniques. Now remember to chant your divine tone of I use, or try out the higher aspect of simply meditating on the quality of utilizing, and be wise, be well, be all you are meant to be, Capricorn. Now disclaimers in order here before we get to our ephemeris calculations. High magic can be dangerous. This is intended exclusively for entertainment purposes. All right, now ephemeris information for calculations for Eastern and Greenwich Mean Time, respectively. We have first Eastern Daylight Time, and we have on the 6th of May, 2016, we have the new moon at 3:30 p.m., 16 degrees Taurus, 41 minutes. The full moon on the 21st of May, 2016, at 5:15 p.m. at 1 degree Sagittarius, 13 minutes. For London time, Greenwich Mean Time, we have the new moon on the 6th of May, 2016 at 7:30 p.m., 16 degrees Taurus, 41 minutes. And the full moon on the 21st of May, 2016 at 9:15 p.m., 1 degree Sagittarius, 13 minutes. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel, and we'll see you again next month.